And I, when I'm lifted up from the earth, I'll draw all people unto myself. 2,000 years plus have gone. He has been lifted up from the earth. And he says, I will draw all men unto myself, all people to myself. Today you are part of the people. I'm part of the people that he has drawn to himself. Now, what does this mean to us today as Christians? Now, the above scripture, so let's go back to 2 Timothy 2 verse 8, where we began. 2 Timothy 2 verse 8 from the New Living Translation. Shall we read together? Ready, go. Always remember that Jesus Christ, a descendant of King David, was raised from the dead. This is the good news I preach. Now, the above message, this word here, is from the Apostle Paul to Timothy, his son and pastor. So he was telling Timothy that always in your ministry remember that Jesus Christ, a descendant of David, was raised from the dead. Always remember. There should be no single day that you should forget. That is the reason we come to church. Do not forget. Always remember that Jesus Christ, a descendant of King David, was raised from the dead. By this statement, Paul sought to convey to Timothy the fact that the resurrection of Christ is, number one, the foundation of Christianity and Christian ministry. So the foundation of Christianity is the resurrection of Christ from the dead. So you must always remember that Jesus Christ, a descendant of King David, was raised from the dead. Number two, by this statement, Paul is telling Timothy that the sustaining power of the ministry and the Christian life is a resurrection of the dead. So the resurrection of the dead, that the idea, that the notion that Jesus Christ, a descendant of King David, was raised from the dead, is the sustaining power of the ministry and the sustaining power of Christian life. Number three, he is trying to suggest that by that statement, the resurrection of Christ from the dead is the cause of effective ministry and effective Christianity. That many, when your Christianity is like that, maybe you do not know that Jesus Christ, a descendant of King David, was raised from the dead. He also wanted to get across to him the knowledge that Jesus Christ, a descendant of David, was raised from the dead, is the message of the ministry. He says is the gospel I preach, and it should be the gospel we preach. MCKEOWN was always telling the congregation, the church, that we should preach what? Christ and him crucified. We must lift Christ up. Once we lift him up, he will draw all men unto himself.